It's finally happening. I bought a sailboat. Where the autopilot is not working, so I need to get back to the steering wheel. To the helm! For 7 years, I have said that I'm gonna buy a sailboat once I get the money from a court case where I had an accident. It's a whole story. 7 years later, that court case has still not, or it has happened, but I still haven't seen a cent from it. And I don't know how much I will get. So I decided I'm not gonna wait any longer. I'm just gonna make this happen by myself. And I'm gonna buy a cheaper sailboat. One that is in my budget right now. What is probably important to say on that note is that I live in the north of Norway. So I needed something that works for up here, and it also meant the market was very small if I didn't want to bring a new boat or like a boat into the country, or wanted to travel all the way from the south of Norway up to the north. So I decided this 3 weeks ago. 1 week later I went to see one boat, the closest one, which also luckily was the one I liked the most, and I bought it. And with that, this new chapter of being a sailboat owner was gonna start. It feels pretty good, I have to be honest. I was really nervous the last days before picking up the boat, but now I don't know, it already feels like it's just right. For sailing up here in the north, I decided to buy a motor sailor, so not just a sailboat, which before I was kind of closed off to. I have to be honest. But for up here, I think it's actually making sense, because with the motor sailor, I have a better motor and a bigger fuel tank. And up here there's a lot of motoring actually. So it's good to have both options in a way. And a motor sailor usually also means that I get to have a deck saloon, which is so good in the winter or when there's storms, and we have a lot of storms up here. And now it's autumn, so this is perfect. I can be outside here, of course, and steer from here, which I will definitely use as the space for when I'm sailing. But I can also go inside and I can steer from here. I have a second helm which connects directly to the other one, and it's so cozy. I can just sit here in the comfort because I have all this 180-degree look around, and then also behind me the windows to look towards the back, and I can sit on this little table here and just steer, which I should be doing right now because I'm gonna hit the rocks otherwise. My autopilot is not working, or like it's working. It is actually working, but it doesn't hold the course, it just adjusts it. So right now I needed to hold the course, which it doesn't do, so it's kind of useless. I need to figure out why it's doing that. And figuring out why the autopilot is not really holding the course is just one thing that I need to do. It's an old boat, it's from 1975. So there is a few things that need to be looked at, that need to be repaired, that need to be brought up to the standard that we have now. So I have a bit of a list, but I'm surprised at how many bigger investment points are actually pretty well. So the sails are completely good. I have a whirler boom, which apparently is pretty good. I still have to get used to it. Pulling out the sail was pretty easy. Pulling it back in, I have to find my way. But it's great. The motor works great. There's already a diesel heater on board. I guess if people are sailing in the Mediterranean or these areas, they are usually used to maybe air conditioners rather than heaters. But up here, a heater is definitely necessary. And having a diesel heater with like a little bit of a fire flame is so cozy. It just makes a big difference in the boat. It's so beautiful to sail up here. It's crazy. Look! Ah! And now I can do this all the time. Oh, this is gonna be great. sunset. Ah, I love it. So 7 years ago, I fell in love with sailing. Before I was always very closed off to that. I always said it's super boring. I don't want to sit on a sailboat slowly sailing a certain course to then turn around, wearing my white clothes and drinking coffee with old men. That was the only like sailing that I had in mind. And then one day my cousin took me sailing in Croatia, where we went from one point to another over a week. Then I saw sailing or sailboat more as a means of transportation, and that really got me hooked. So from that moment on I said, okay, I'm gonna learn how to sail now, and then I wanna sail across the Atlantic with my cousin and his friends, and then when they have to go back, I'm just gonna take that boat by myself single-handed and explore the Caribbean. Which is not going to happen, and it did not happen. Because unfortunately I had an accident right after that sailing experience, and it took me quite some time to heal, like 4 to 7 years. I would honestly say that the last symptoms I had this year up until June, July. So now I hope that it's all fine, and now I'm finally on my own sailboat. Which feels so cool. But yeah, within this time frame of 7 years, I had said that I'm gonna learn how to sail, but also I'm gonna learn how to make it financially possible to have my own sailboat. So I wanted to learn about finances. I wanted to face a lot of fears about the ocean and about sailing also, and just becoming the person that I need to be able to do this. So I didn't do the maybe usual way of just buying a boat and learning it then. I wanted to first learn it and then buy a boat when I feel safe enough to step outside the comfort zone. And I still was super nervous the last days, so I'm still outside my comfort zone, even though I've planned this for 7 years. Within those 7 years, I learned how to sail. I did a skipper license, and I also started working in the sailing industry. So right now, up here in Tromsø, I do work as a sauna manager, but I also help maintaining sailboats, because that was really important to me, that I'm gonna take the knowledge that I can offer, but I'm also gonna learn much more other things on boats, and I also, especially probably, simply get more comfortable being on boats, being around boats, and fixing things on there and understanding how things work. So now I'm up here sailing in this area from time to time on the boats from work. But now I get to do this on my own boat. Oy, oy, oy. One of my colleagues, he needed to pick up a boat from Harstad to bring it to Tromsø. So we coordinated in a way that we would meet where I was staying with the boat, so that we could continue this journey together. But yeah, now the sun is setting, so it's gonna still take a lot of time to get dark. It's like endless sunsets right now, which is so beautiful, especially in this weather. But I guess that's not gonna last until midnight, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be dark when we get into port. But, well, first challenge. It's gonna be fine. I was really nervous before this, also because of all the maneuvering. I've never maneuvered a boat all by myself, and also most of the harbor maneuvers the other people usually did. Or if I did, then there was usually a skipper close by who would every time grip the helm and do something in the way that he would think it's right. And it's just not the way that I can learn. You have to do your own mistakes, right? So I bought a boat so I can do my own mistakes. And I don't have some men gripping into my helm telling me how to do things. I'll just do it wrong. It's fine. This is absolute luxury. Being able to sit inside like this, steering like that, even without an autopilot. This is great. And I get to see all around. This is amazing. I love this boat. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm getting tired. And we still have about 4 hours to go. I'm gonna stay awake. And in the worst case, my friend said he can tow me if I really cannot stay awake anymore. Because I woke up at 4 a.m. And then having this exciting day. But I think also the excitement really helps to keep me awake. And how cozy it is to sail this motor. It is great. The only thing I'm missing right now is having something warm to eat, or like a hot chocolate. I'm gonna have so much cacao on this boat. Oh, it's gonna be so cozy on here. With the diesel heater with the flame running, and then having a hot chocolate while it's outside all white and snowy. Woo! Sitting up here, looking around, and maybe seeing some whales. That would be cool. This would be an amazing spot to watch whales. There's orcas in this area, and I hope that I will have time to go and see them. That would be really nice. That's the goal for this autumn, for sure. For sure, let's see if I can make that happen. On that note, if you find that interesting as well, and you would love to see me go and explore the orcas, who, by the way, here they don't attack the rudder, so it's safe. But if you find that just as interesting as I do, you should subscribe. You should definitely do that. Because then you're not gonna miss it, this epic adventure that I might be having. I hope that I'm gonna have that. That would be so cool! Ah! Okay, it's getting dark. Time to check if my navigation lights are working, which I would say 80% they don't. Let's go back on course. Nope, 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 nope. We are wrong. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. No one's gonna see me! I don't have AIS, I don't have lights. Luckily it's not getting that dark. Not good. I need to fix that very quickly. Priority. Okay, let's go inside. It is fresh outside. Let's close this. Now we actually decided that he's gonna drag me for several reasons, but I think the main reason might be that he is getting impatient and wants to get home because he's got a bigger boat. So with my speed we had still 3 hours to go and it's dark now. So it might also be good that I'm this close to his sailboat because I don't have lights on this one yet. And I don't have an AIS, so it might be also a bit safer that I'm just a bit more behind him. I'm gonna go through a narrow strait in a moment, so in there I need to really steer behind him, but otherwise at least it's a little bit more relaxing now. Alright. Somehow he's like going... Or is it just me? It looks... Whoa! Maybe we are close to the strait. Maybe the currents are starting. I have to concentrate again. Yeah, we are in the currents. Okay, so now I just need to steer behind him. Make sure that I'm staying there. Because it's a narrow strait and the currents here can get pretty strong. And now we were just going like this. Oh wow, the moon! We're through that strait. I really had to focus there because there was a ship also coming towards us that was towing some other things, which was of course not ideal in the narrow strait. But also the boat is moving a lot. Wow, this is quite a trip. I got to do my first leaving of a port by myself, single-handed. I got to do my very first docking single-handed. Then we took care of all the sails, hoisted all the different sails, tested them out, etc. Then I was motoring this boat for quite some time for the first time. And now we're towing it the first time, and then we're gonna go into a different harbor. Exciting days! But then I'm gonna end it here for this very first video with this very first boat and this very first trip. Because it's anyways dark outside and I really need to focus on the docking later when we get there. And I will give you a room tour when this one is set up a little bit better. And I can show you all the things that need to be fixed.